The story begins in the middle of the vast, deep blue ocean. We meet a man who has spent his entire life hunting the terrifying monsters that lurk beneath the waves. But today, the sea is unforgiving. A massive beast attacks, and his ship is crushed like a toy. As the vessel sinks into the abyss, the man is left struggling for his life, swimming desperately through the cold water just to stay afloat. The scene shifts to a young, spirited girl named Maisie. She is sitting with a group of children, narrating this very story with wide-eyed excitement. Maisie is an orphan living in a hostel, but her heart doesn't belong within those four walls. Her parents were famous hunters, and she dreams of following in their footsteps. Driven by a burning desire for adventure, she decides she's had enough of the quiet life. She packs her bags and runs away from the hostel, determined to become a true monster hunter. Next, we are taken aboard a grand, powerful hunting ship. The crew is in the middle of a fierce battle with a sea monster. This creature is incredibly strong, and the hunters are struggling to keep up. In the chaos, a brave and clever hunter named Jacob gets knocked overboard. But Jacob isn't one to give up easily. With quick thinking and agility, he manages to climb onto the monster's back, bringing it under control. Seeing the opening, the ship's captain seizes the moment. He plunges his sword into the beast and cuts off its horn. To the hunters, this horn is a trophy evidence of their bravery to show the king and queen in exchange for a reward. As they head back toward the city, the captain hands Jacob a special book. "Every hunter who has ever killed a beast has written their story here," he says solemnly. "Once I kill the legendary Red Bluster, I will write my final chapter, and then, Jacob, this book and this ship will be yours." When they arrive at the city, the atmosphere is tense. The royals are furious because the hunters haven't yet killed the Red, the most dangerous monster of all. The queen decides to replace the hunters with the Royal Navy, who have a massive, technologically advanced ship. The hunters are devastated. They know the Navy lacks the soul and experience needed for this job. Jacob, stepping up, makes a daring deal with the queen. "Let both ships go on the mission. If we fail to catch the Red Bluster, we will never hunt again." The queen agrees, and the race begins. But there's a surprise on board the hunter's ship. Maisie has managed to sneak in. Jacob is shocked to see her, as he had previously told her to go home, thinking she was too small for such danger. However, seeing her unshakable courage, the captain allows her to stay and even gives her a small knife for protection. Maisie beams with pride. Her dream is finally coming true. That night, the ocean turns restless. Suddenly, the most feared creature of all, the Red Bluster, appears right in front of them. The crew springs into action, using heavy ropes to tie the beast down, but the plan backfires. The monster is so strong that it starts dragging the entire boat in circles, threatening to sink everyone. Seeing the danger, Maisie makes a split-second decision. She cuts the ropes to free the ship, but in the process, both she and Jacob fall into the ocean, right in front of the giant red beast. To their absolute shock, the monster doesn't eat them. Instead, it swallows their small lifeboat whole with them inside. Inside the monster's mouth, Jacob and Maisie realize they are still alive. They manage to climb up toward the monster's nostril to see where they are going. While they argue about whether the beast is evil, Jacob's weapon accidentally pokes the monster's sensitive nose. The creature let out a massive sneeze, sending Jacob flying out, dangling by a rope attached to Maisie. The Red Bluster stares at Maisie, its huge eye reflecting her small frame, but it doesn't attack. When Jacob tries to strike, the monster gently pushes him away with a wave of water. It becomes clear to Maisie, this beast isn't a killer. It actually saved them by taking them to a safe, secluded island. On the island, Maisie finds a tiny, adorable blue creature she names Blue. Jacob, still stuck in his hunter mindset, tries to kill it, but Maisie stops him. They soon realize they are standing on a beach covered in giant eggs. When some eggs hatch, baby monsters start running toward the water. A large yellow monster, thinking Jacob and Maisie are hurting its babies, starts to attack. In the chaos, Maisie notices a baby monster stuck on Jacob's back. She quickly returns it to its mother, and the attack stops. But just as they try to leave the island in their boat, another terrifying crab-like monster attacks them. This time, they are helpless. Suddenly, the Red Bluster reappears. It doesn't just save them, it fights off the other monster and even lets them ride on its back. As they travel, Maisie notices the red bluster is covered in old harpoons and spears. Together, she and Jacob gently pull the weapons out of its skin. The monster, feeling the relief, helps them catch fish and bonds with them. While resting, they read the hunter's history book again. Maisie notices something strange. The symbols on the book match the royal crest of the city. She realizes the truth. The monsters never started the war. The king and queen created the monster threat centuries ago just to expand their kingdom and keep the people living in fear. The history books were all lies. Back at sea, the captain is consumed by revenge. He thinks the red bluster killed Jacob, so he makes a dark deal with a sea witch for a poisoned harpoon in exchange for his happiness. When the red bluster nears the city, the navy and the hunters attack. The red bluster, acting in self-defense, crushes the navy's advanced ship. Before it can destroy the hunters, Jacob, trying to save the beast, shoots it with a non-lethal shot to distract it. However, the captain hits the red bluster with the poisoned harpoon, knocking it unconscious. They drag the beast back to the city to be executed in front of the king and queen. Jacob tries to tell the captain the truth, but the captain is blinded by hate and throws Jacob into the sea. As the execution is about to happen, Maisie secretly crawls onto the monster's back to cut its ropes. Another crew member, inspired by Maisie's heart, helps her instead of stopping her. The red bluster breaks free. It prepares to kill the captain, but Maisie screams, "No! If you kill him, the war never ends!" Maisie turns to the shocked crowd and the royals. She gives a powerful speech, revealing that the monsters are not the enemies. The greedy king and queen are. She shows them that the books were fake and the heroic hunters were just pawns in a royal game. The king orders his general to kill the beast, but the general drops his sword, refusing to fight an innocent creature. The people of the city realize the truth and choose peace. The red bluster turns around and swims back to the ocean, finally free. As for Maisie, though she lost her biological parents, she finds a new family in Jacob and Blue. They move into a cozy home by the sea, living a life of peace, proving that the greatest bravery isn't in killing, but in understanding.